welcome to yoga today. We're going to be doing weather yoga. So look outside and tell me, what's the weather like today? Is it hot and sunny? Is it cold and rainy? I don't know. But today we're going to be doing yoga poses that act out the weather outside. First, we're going to start with a warm-up called a sun salutation, where we say hello to the sun. This is mainly for my preschoolers. Toddlers are welcome to join, but it's just a little more advanced. We're going to start by standing at the very top of our mat and straightening our back and rolling our shoulders down our spine and feeling like there's a string pulling the top of our head super tall. We're going to raise our hands all the way up to the sky, wiggle our fingers, and you can wiggle your toes. And we're going to dive down into our first forward fold. So bend your knees so we don't hurt anything. Try to touch your chest to your thighs. You want to sway side to side, you can. And you can interlace your fingers behind your chest if you'd like. Now we're going to place our hands either on our shins or on our knees, and we're going to straighten everything we have as straight as we can. And we're going to come all the way back down and drop our hands and either take a step or a gentle hop all the way back into a plank. Now we're going to lower ourselves all the way down to our bellies and tuck our toes underneath and lift up into a cobra pose. Coming back down to our belly, we'll tuck our feet back underneath and lift up into a downward dog. You can pedal your knees and wag your tail like a doggy. We're going to either walk or gently hop forward, straighten everything we have, bend all the way down, and bring our arms back up into our hearts. Great job for a warm-up sun salutation. Now we're going to start with our weather poses. The first thing we're going to do is the sun pose. So what do we do when we start? We raise our hands up into the sky and look up at the sun. And you can take your hands above your head and touch them, or leave them apart if that feels better. We look all the way up and then let our hands fall like the sinking sun at the evening. Now we'll raise our arms up like the sun rising in the morning, and sink our arms back down like the sun falling in the afternoon. Wonderful. The next thing we're going to be doing is acting like the wind outside. The wind blows through the trees. So we're going to do tree pose. Either taking your foot at the bottom of your ankle or in the middle of your thigh. This is tree pose. So now, if you need to stabilize yourself, please feel free to do so. It's very difficult. We will blow like wind through the trees. Great. We'll come back down and gently do some soft blows like the wind through the trees. Inhale and exhale like the wind through the trees. Inhale and exhale like the wind in the trees. Great, now we'll do the other side to keep everything even. So we'll stand and take our other leg either on the inside of our ankle or on the inside of our thigh. And one side might be easier for you. This side is my easier side, but sometimes I still need to take a break, so that's okay too. So we'll gently sway like the wind in the trees. We'll gently sway like the wind in the trees. Great. And now we'll take a few breaths like the wind in the trees. We'll breathe in and softly blow out. And we'll breathe in and blow like the wind in the trees. Awesome. Another weather event we have are storms. And sometimes during a thunderstorm, we see big flashes of light called lightning. We're gonna do a pose called chair pose that will make us look like a lightning bolt. So you sit down like you're gonna sit into a chair and raise your arms above your head. This zigzag shape looks like a lightning bolt. You can sink down and make it harder for yourself. Make yourself even zigzaggier, or lift up. Make it easier for yourself. Whichever one makes your body feel the most comfortable. Great job. Another thing that happens when it storms is rain. So we're gonna use our gentle rain fingers and do a forward fold like the rain falling from the sky. So we'll start above our heads and rain down, bending from our hips all the way down. And you can bend your knees or take your legs a little wider if that feels better for you. And we'll rain all the way to the ground and let our raindrops hit the bottom of our mat. And we'll bring our arms back up to our cloud and rain back down one more time. And let our fingers touch the ground like little raindrops. Awesome. Now what happens when it rains and it's cold outside? You're right, the rain turns into snow. So we're gonna do a pose that makes us look like a snowball. Let's rain ourselves all the way down to our mat on our knees. And you can take your legs as wide or as close together as you want, but make sure your toes are touching. Now you take your arms behind you and lay down with your head resting on your mat, looking like a snowball. We'll rest here and take a couple breaths. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. One more in and out. Awesome. Now we can push ourselves back up and sit down in a crisscross. Whichever leg you have in front, this is my right leg, you take the opposite hand, my left hand, and put it on that. And we'll take our back arm and put it behind us. Now, can you guess what pose we're doing here? This is a twist. It twists like a tornado. You're right. So we'll turn our bodies and look over our shoulder. And we'll breathe super hard and strong like a tornado. Breathe in and blow out so hard like a tornado. Breathe in and blow out so hard. Great job. We'll come back to the middle. Now we'll switch our legs. So your other leg is in front. And now we'll switch our arms and crisscross and take our back arm and put it behind us, looking over our back shoulder. Now we'll breathe in and breathe out like a tornado. Breathe in and breathe out like a tornado. Great job. Now that was something scary that can happen in storms, but what else happens in storms? Sometimes we see a rainbow afterwards. So either staying in your crisscross like this, or you can take your legs out wide. We'll take our arms and place one down on our legs and take the other over in a rainbow. Great. We'll come back and place this hand on our knee and take it over in a rainbow. Fantastic. We'll do it one more time on either side. Rainbow over to the left to the right. Awesome. Bringing our feet back together. We missed one thing from all the storms. The clouds, where all the rain, thunder, and lightning come from. So you can either stay crisscross like this, or if you want to make yourself a tiny cloud, you can take one leg and cross it over the other one so your knees are stacked on top of each other. And you can touch your feet or set your hands down in front of them. And we'll breathe in and gently breathe out. And we'll crisscross our legs over one another one more time. And breathe in and gently breathe out. Now I want to be a bigger cloud. So again, either staying in this crisscross, or you can do something a little harder and try to cross your legs on top of each other, taking your heel on top of your opposite knee. And it's okay if they don't touch. You can push it down with your opposite foot, opposite hand, a little bit. Now I want you to close your eyes and imagine that you're a light, fluffy cloud. Imagine that you're floating through the sky. Now we'll switch our legs and take the other leg, heel on top of the knee, and this heel touching this knee. Again, okay, if they don't touch, you can gently push down, but don't hurt yourself. And we'll close our eyes again and imagine that we're a light, fluffy cloud floating through the sky. What shape is your cloud? Mine is shaped like a puppy. Breathe in and gently breathe out. Great job! Thank you so much for doing yoga with me, and I hope you learned a little about the weather, and I hope that you feel light and fluffy like a cloud. Have a great rest of your day.